Hi, welcome to Just Lucky. I am your hostess, Lucky Angel. Today on the Just Lucky show, we will be hearing from, chatting with, and getting to know one of the best internet voices of all times. At least that's my opinion, Mr. Derik LaMar. So get your ears ready because it will be a recognizable voice, and get your eyes ready because you're going to want to see and hear what we're talking about. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a very interesting show. Thank you. Hi, welcome back to Just Lucky. I would like to welcome to my show a very recognizable voice on the internet, Mr. Derik LaMar.
Thank you very much for having me. That was an incredible introduction. I was like, I gotta watch this. I gotta see who this guy is. So thank you very much for having me on this lovely, lovely television show you have here. It's much different than radio.
It's a lot different than radio.
Like nice chairs and carpet. You have to see our studio, not
because in the studio y'all can have nice chairs, but we won't see it.
You won't see them.
Yeah, we won't see it.
This is nice. You stun on this show.
It's plush, huh?
We'll stay here for a while.
See, that's what you get when you come on the Just Lucky show.
No, that's right.
I wonder if they seen the bling in my eye when I said that.
Oh.
So,
can y'all put that on it?
So let's get started.
Yes.
Where were you born and raised? Yeah, we'll say born and raised.
You got a minute? Okay.
Okay, then where were you born?
I was born in Fort Wainwright, Alaska.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm an Army kid.
Wow.
Which really kind of plays into how I am. So I'm an Army brat.
But
so.
That's Alaska. It's rare.
Yeah.
If any, that I meet someone in this area from Alaska.
And then a black person
that's
too.
not in politics, let's say that.
Sarah Palin was my neighbor. I'm just joking. No, she wasn't.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say, oh, so you grew up with them.
Yeah. It was me and two other black families out there, and
wow.
It's a little different.
Have you been back there in your adult years?
I have not been back. I wanted to do the cruise, but
right.
When you feel that cold, you know, it just, I tried to block it out a little bit, so maybe one day. It's on my bucket list to go back.
Yeah, because I heard it was freezing there.
There's freezing, and then there's Alaska. So I do remember, you know, I don't even want to talk about it. It's rough.
So, okay, so you were just born there?
I was born there, spent a few years there. I say up until about, I think, third grade, and then I moved out here to the D.C. area.
Okay, so how did you like it, the switch?
I moved here in May. So, you know, it was getting into summertime. I didn't know what humidity was.
Right.
So I think like my first week here, like my nose bled every day. I thought I was melting. I was like, why did you do this to me? I was dramatic. I was, you know,
yeah,
why did you do this to me? I'm melting, and then, you know, I realized it was like 20 kids in the neighborhood, and then it was all good.
Yeah, because I know that moving from Alaska to here might traumatize a child.
It did a little bit.
Friends and everything.
But even, I didn't move around as much. You know, I came in on the tail end of my dad's military career. I didn't move around as much as my brothers and sisters. So you kind of have that, you know, go here type of thing. So it wasn't really a big thing when we moving from there to here. So. And plus, you know, I make friends quick, so it was no problem.
Well, that's good. Dang, Alaska, I'm like...
Yeah, that freaks people out. When I say it, they're like, stop playing. I'm like, yeah.
It's not many... I mean, really, I don't think... I've never met anybody.
I ain't met nobody else either. It's just me.
From Alaska. So what do you like about this area?
I love... I grew up here, so it's like all my friends are here, all my family's here. I like 4 seasons. I like spring, summer, fall, winter. I like that. You know, I don't want it to be hot all the time. I don't want it to be cold all the time. I like my winter stuff. I like my summer stuff. I like the food here. I like the people here. I like the way we talk here.
You like the way we
talk here.
Really?
DC, I'm gonna say something. I know.
Really?
It's no other place like DC. Like we used to be able, you know, no matter in your
travels,
travels, you could always pick out the DC people. You know,
Right.
that's a good thing. It's not that, but you could always pick them out. So we have a unique way about us. And I
Very
think we need to,
distinctive.
yeah, very distinctive.
Very distinctive.
Need to
Because
hold
I
on to
know
that.
sometimes I'll hear some Southern people, but you can't tell exactly which Southern state they're from.
Right.
But when I interact with people in a different state,
Mm-hmm.
they'll say,
Mm-hmm.
"You from
You
DC,
from
aren't you?"
DC.
And I'll go, "Well, how you know that?" And they'll say, "Because the way you talk."
Could you say Maryland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I say Merlin. But I do know it's called Maryland.
It is Maryland, yeah.
I don't even think the rest of the world says Maryland because I've
think
heard
nobody.
them say Merlin.
Maryland.
Yeah, I've heard them say
We gotta look
Merlin.
that up.
So when you were a little kid,
Mm-hmm.
what did you want to be when you were asked, "Hey, Derek, what do you want to be when you grow up?" What did you say?
It changed week to week. You know, I wanted to be a helicopter pilot. I wanted to be a truck driver. I wanted to be a cowboy.
Want to be a cowboy?
Yeah, I
No,
saw
hold on.
some.
Did you want to be a Dallas
Oh no,
cowboy?
no,
Dallas
no,
cowboy.
no.
DC, we represent. Or did you want to be a
Mm-mm. No,
rider cowboy?
I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to, be like the cowboy going with the guns blazing. And I realized that don't happen. So
So you didn't want to be a Dallas
I can say I
cowboy.
definitely did not want to be a Dallas cowboy at all.
So you didn't really want to be a real cowboy then. Okay.
Cut me deep with that one. Lucky.
So when you got into
Mm-hmm.
high school, and when you're in high school, they always say, what do you want to be when you grow up? So because you have to work towards that in high school, what did you work towards?
I wanted to be. Let me go back a little bit.
Okay.
I wanted to be a musician when I got to be about 12, 13.
Okay.
I saw Purple Rain, and that was it. I said, that's it.
Yeah.
So me
Yeah,
being the youngest, my
it was
mom,
success.
I took guitar lessons, I took piano lessons. She pretty much put me in any and everything to keep me busy. I was
That's
one of them.
good.
Yeah, so I got good enough to play songs and impress people, but not good enough to be a star. But
Right.
I thought it was something fun. But I think towards high school, I just wanted to be grown. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
seeing
be.
Purple Rain
Yeah,
in high school,
yeah,
that will kind of teeter you
It kind of got me into
in
that.
adulthood.
Because I kind of, but now that I think about it, when I saw him on stage, see, I
Okay.
saw him on the microphone,
It's
see, it kind of, I guess it kind of stuck in my head. So I guess it was something in the back of my mind. And then, lo and behold, I get a little older and bam, microphones and stages. See how that all,
Okay.
see how I put that together? See how I put it together?
So can you sing?
Not a daggone lick, but
Okay.
I'm working on that. I'm working on that.
Can you actually play an instrument?
I do. I play a little guitar, a little piano, and I'm a mean drummer. I'm nice with my drums.
Oh wow!
Nice with them
Now
sticks.
that is where a little Purple Rain would have come from.
Oh,
The drums.
Mm-hmm. I get to that. All ADH kids are nice with them sticks. Just about.
And you can play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yeah, that little guitar.
that's some Alaskan
Little bit.
stuff.
That's the. Maybe so.
That was some Alaskan.
That was some Alaskan stuff.
Yeah.
The guitar.
So, what is your favorite song? Okay, let's start it.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite song when you were younger? And what's your favorite song now?
Okay, I have a. I have to use a big word a day. I have a very eclectic taste.
Okay.
When I was young, I was on Run DMC, Jimi Hendrix,
Yes.
and y'all gonna laugh. I was on like that British synth pop, just a little bit. Like I used to like the Thompson Twins and Run DMC and Jimi Hendrix and Houdini.
Yeah, but that's
so like
it's versatile.
yeah, but and to this day, so really, I'm kind of really on my neo soul real hard. I guess as I've grown and matured a little bit, not
Okay.
so ratchet in my music choices these days. But I still, you get in the car and be like, what the? So it's and having a radio show. I don't stick to one format. I play. You might come in, you might hear any and everything, whatever mood I'm in. It reflects in my playlist.
Okay, so
Bombest playlist ever, I might add. Called the playlist of life. It's me.
okay. So what song do you that you can hear and it'll still give you a tingling feeling inside?
Is this a kid show or is this it's a family show?
21 and over.
If I hear, I'm a huge, since I'm born in Alaska, but I live here. Marvin Gaye, DC native. For those of y'all don't know, he's
That's good.
DC. My favorite album, I have to listen to it once a week. I'm weird like that. Pretty much anything by Marvin Gaye, but now you don't put me on the spot.
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
Here, My Dear, and
So no matter what you're doing,
I'm sorry, I'm having a moment right now.
Right, I'm like, hold up, no matter what, because you get an interview right now, and I can feel.
But my number one is I Want You.
Getting taken back.
I Want You. I play I Want You, I'm in my feelings. The whole album, put it on.
Wow.
I Want You.
So do you think your knowledge of music and your love for music encouraged you to want to be on the internet radio? Or a radio disc jockey, period?
It did, just a variety, because sometimes, I'm not knocking static radio, if you will, because they have to do certain things, but I think the ability to do whatever I want to do musically is good, and I think I have a lot to say. So between my unique opinion on things and my love for all music types, I think it was just a win-win situation, and the people seem to love it.
Yeah, and I think also, because you love it.
Yeah,
you love it. It's a passion.
It's a passion.
It's a passion.
Exactly.
So do you also think that you being able to play certain instruments also played a part in it? Because you can recognize, by you playing an instrument, you're able to recognize music.
Yeah.
You were able to recognize the beats and versus the lyrics, should I say.
Yeah, like especially like with 60s rock, that was kind of drum driven in some of it, and guitar riffs. I really feel it. Like
the 80s was like
I stayed replaying and just, listening up to, the double up drum solos like Ginger Baker with Cream and stuff. So I really appreciate every little part that goes into it, so music.
Okay, well, we will be right back with the Just Lucky Show, and I don't think you will want to miss this next part, because it gets juicier.
Lord have mercy.
Woo, woo, on the Just Lucky Show. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Hi, welcome back to Just Lucky. I am your hostess, Lucky Angel, and I'm sitting here with the delectable voice on the internet,
Lord have
Derik
mercy.
LaMar.
Thank you so very much. She said delectable.
Yeah,
Google that later.
because that's what voices give to you. When you're listening to something, you want it to be able to soothe you. You want to hear it again. You don't want to be sitting there like, okay, he sounds horrible on me. I don't ever want to listen to him. So you have to have a certain type of tone and voice to yourself to build your listeners.
That's true.
So delectable.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
So when did you realize that you wanted to do internet radio? Or should I say, when did you realize that you had the voice, the personality?
In college, actually. We had a college radio show, and I got a chance. It was late night, so I got a chance to just do whatever, say whatever, within, boundaries of the college station. But I've always had a bit of a, I guess, unique personality as far as how I view or see things. So certain things would happen, I would always have my spin on it. And now that internet radio was kind of a phenomenon, if you will, or a thing, I think it's a perfect opportunity. I get a chance to, speak what's on my mind and say what's on my mind. But I feel I do have a responsibility. I don't go too wild, but I have a responsibility to my listeners to entertain them, educate them, turn them on to new things. So some people do it great. Some people, it's a freedom of expression and all. But I feel that I take it seriously. We have fun, we laugh, we joke, we play great music.
Yes.
But I feel I have a responsibility to my listeners to give them the best.
So what made you want to do internet radio versus being on broadcast radio? Syndicate.
I did like contributions to Big Tig. Everybody loves Big Tig. Was down in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
A little bit on Russ Parr.
Okay.
And because they are bound by advertisers, commercial, and FCC regulations, that's a big one.
Yes.
It's certain things they can't do,
It
can't
is.
say, can't play,
Say
can't
it
do.
again.
So there's certain guidelines that you do. And
Yes.
I wanted to be able to just not have any restrictions. And it's not that I get on, I just beep, 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 beep. I just want to be able to, if I want to say something because, I know some people have, they may listen to it with their kids. So
Yes.
I try to, some of the topics, I'm going to say, hey, put your kids to bed, say the kids show, but I feel that
So
I
you're
still
rated
need to.
R or NA? Because
I'ma
I know you're
say-
not PG-13.
Yeah, I ain't been PG-13 ever, not ever. Never, not ever. But I couldn't do it. I'm struggling now to be, but no. What's that? NC-17 maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
NC-17
that's
is
almost-
teetering.
Teetering on, yeah.
It's hardcore teetering.
And really, it depends on what's going on in the world at that time. Because my day starts, checking my news feed, checking. A lot of people walk out and start their day and don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
I
that's
mean,
so
Walking
true.
Dead for real. Just
That's
they don't know what's
true.
going on. So it's my job. So I'm always listening to different news feeds. I write all the time. So I'm always writing. I write
Okay.
for my show. I write for other people. So
Right.
more than anything, I'm a writer. And I listen. I pay attention. I read between the lines. I decipher things.
Yes.
So I'm like, this is what they're saying.
Right.
This is what they mean.
Right.
This is how it's gonna
Yes,
affect you.
that's how- yeah, that's
Listen
how
to
you
Jimi
have to do
Hendrix.
it.
So yeah, I just throw it all up in a nice little gumbo. I can't cook, but gumbo just seemed like a really good thing to say right then. But my main thing is to just really, I wanted to entertain people and educate people, but really, more importantly, life is hard.
Life is
people
real
are
hard.
stressed. So I'm
Yes,
like,
life is real hard.
what I like to do is just, when you listen to them, just relax. And I tell people, don't worry about the
Listen
kids.
to your delectable voice.
Listen to my delectable voice. I might have to throw that in my little thing there. And just, relax, listen, learn something, let it go. It's, 2 hours of me running off at the mouth, hopefully, you're in a better position 2 hours later, you learn something, you relax, your blood pressure down, you ain't choke nobody, so I just try to entertain and educate.
Right.
I hope I
Okay.
answered the question. I just went, blah, blah,
You
blah, blah.
did. You did. I wanted to touch on something that you mentioned. You can't cook?
I'm what you call, well, as you can see,
I mean,
I ain't
I just
missing
want
no
to know
meals.
if the audience would like to know. I'm curious.
I do.
So,
I-
I like to ask questions for my people. I like to ask questions for my audience, for my
Okay.
fans.
Okay.
I like to ask questions that they would ask. So I'm thinking that they would ask you, since you did just say you couldn't cook,
And
I mean,
I ain't
was
gonna
it
put
just-
that out.
Can
You know
you
what?
really
Can I
cook?
retract that? You know what? I do a little something in the breakfast realm. I make the meanest pancakes ever. But my pancakes ring
Pancakes?
bells in the street. My pancakes are internationally known, nationally recognized, and locally
Now,
accepted.
they original pancakes?
They're original, and 9 times out of 10, they're round, for the most part.
Okay.
I mean with my omelet game. My omelet game is mean. And
Now, that's interesting.
oatmeal is crucial. The way I add just the right amount of water, butter, and my secret is honey.
Yes, because you do have to make oatmeal correctly because you will add too much water or you will not add enough water and you will not get good oatmeal.
Oh, and for my hood folks, the hood, I'm the master of the hood classic, and I know we're going off on a tangent, but that's what I do. I'll tell you, my hood classic is oodles and noodles and hot dogs.
Okay, well, let's go on
Yeah.
to my next topic. So, for the people out there that do not
Yeah.
know what internet radio
Yes.
is or is not familiarized with internet radio, can you please describe
Yes.
to them what internet radio exactly is? Because I know they know what they go get in their car and they turn it on, but that's not internet radio.
Right. and it's different. We say, oh, satellite radio? I'm like, no, it's not
Right.
satellite radio.
Exactly.
The thing I love about it is the portability. You can take me anywhere. And I got a prop. Everybody and their grandmother got one of these.
Right.
Literally
The cell
everybody
phone.
and their grandmother has one of
Right.
these. So you go to it by a regular web address.
Okay.
You can even shortcut it and have an icon on your phone. Basically connects through, we have people on laptops, tablets, the cell
Wow.
phone. So no matter where you are, and now you can hook your phones up to your car. So I always tell people, you know, if they're driving home before they get ready to go to the club or wherever you're going, you can listen to my show or listen to internet radio.
Right.
It's, you know, as long as they can get www dot, they can listen. You know, you can do that, you can listen.
They can listen to
Yeah,
it.
and you know, people can do it. You working out, you put your headphones in, you
Right.
in your office making your drink, or you in, you know, you in your room with your significant other, you want to listen to my show, you want to wild out, you're on the way to the club, you can listen. It's everything. So it's
Right.
the portability of it is great. So with regular radio, once you get out of the car, it's in the car, you can take me with you.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay.
Like Santa Claus, I'm everywhere.
So is internet radio ruled by the FCC also?
It is not. So
Okay.
you can, you know, it's pretty easy to, you know, start your own. If you got, you know, you can, you know, it's pretty easy. Anybody, you can Google, how do I
Right.
get it? There are some equipment, there's some things
Right.
that you need, but there aren't any guidelines, which is a good thing.
Right.
And it's a bad thing, depending on how you know, what you do with it.
Depends on how your mouth
Depends
goes,
on where
huh?
your mind is when you say test and 1, 2, and then you go out there. So depending on where you are.
So that means that there's a way to fail and there's a way to succeed with internet radio. So in your opinion, what are the ways for failure?
Yeah.
Since it's not, you know, since it's not FCC ruled, you have such a broad range of things that you can do. So what is a way for failure to occur versus being successful?
But I guess in my eyesight, the biggest failure if nobody knows about it. Because, you know, I always say,
Right.
man, the worldwide, I always say, you know how big the world is? It's big.
It is.
So it's so many www dot this, you know. So the worst thing you could do is not successfully promote your product. So
Okay.
there's people, so you have to, since it's on the internet, you have to work with your social media. You got to get your hashtag game right. You know, you have to find that thin line between you know, doing so. I mean,
Right.
you know, I always make sure that I connect. And when I do events, I always, you know, hey, you can catch me on. You always have to be promoting, you know.
So just networking and promoting.
Networking,
is a
promoting.
straight way, easy way for failure.
So anytime I do parties and events. So I do
Right.
weddings, you know, cookouts, club events,
Okay.
divorce parties, funerals, bar mitzvahs, wherever there's a microphone, I do it. And as I'm doing that, I'm always promoting the show. I'm always promoting the network. I'm
Right.
always looking for other people, you know, to
Right.
also who has that little je ne sais quoi.
I love that word also.
Say it,
I love je ne sais quoi.
That boy said je ne sais quoi.
So what is a way for you to succeed then?
Yeah, succeed. And I'm sorry, with the failure is if you know, you got to have hot content. You know, so you know you got to have a hot content if you're going to be a talk station. Have
Right.
something good to talk about. If you're going to be a radio music, have some good music. If you're going to be
Gossip.
sports, let's talk about some sports. If you're going to be gospel, love the Lord, hallelujah. You know, so be good at what you do. Just like if you're a plumber or a dancer or a singer, be good at it. So good content, good promotion, success. Bad content, no promotion, failure.
That would be about right. And I also heard you saying about networking yourself on social media and how you say you also do parties. Now, when you go do the parties, the weddings, the bar mitzvahs, is that internet radio doing it, or is it Derik LaMar that's doing it?
It's Mr. Derik LaMar doing it, and while I'm there, you always throw that plug in.
Okay.
Kind of like at Coming to America, he was like, yeah, mention the restaurant, McDonald's. I'm always,
Right. Yeah, because I know,
always,
you know, radio stations, they'll go inside of a club and they'll broadcast.
Yeah, and we do that. We do
too?
that too. Yes, we'll do an event sponsored by, you know,
Right.
the radio station, brought to you by Mr. Derik LaMar Show.
And don't you have to? So you said topics. The funny thing is,
Yeah.
you know, when people think of topics, I follow internet radio, And I noticed with internet radio, they only focus on the community
Mm-hmm. See.
or they gossip.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really I haven't really found an in between
Mm-hmm.
to them. So internet radio, you said you listen to it nationwide, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how can they not talk about stuff in their community but want
See.
people to listen to
See.
them nationwide?
That's the thing. It's like my brother used to always say, he said, man, don't be right here. You gotta be right here. It's
Right.
always because of the networking I've done. And the good thing about internet radio, and I freaked somebody out when I did it, I can tell who's listening and where. So I'll often will shout people out, oh, I see you, Puerto Rico, or I see you, New York, or I see you,
Okay.
Miami, I see you, Oakland, so, you try not to put yourself in just, hey, DMV, I
Right.
love my city,
Right.
but I'm just not going to localize it, especially because it's internet radio.
Exactly.
And I've got friends and family all over the world, so I have to, like I said, I'm always listening to different news outlets all over, so if something is popping in China, if we got people in Africa listening, and I don't even know what time of day it is.
No, you did tell
Yeah,
me
so
that before.
so you have to be broad with it. You have to not just regionalize what you're talking about. So you can give them a little bit. I'll say here in in the DC area, but I'll try to touch on. Especially I know I got heavy listeners in Dallas and Atlanta and Miami and New York
good.
and Detroit. Just different places. So I always try to touch on things what's going on.
That's heavy networking.
It's heavy networking.
Because you just, because I've spoken to a lot of people who network themselves.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you go to another state or something, they are only known in this area. So you had to do some real heavy
Trying to be in it.
networking outside of this
Outside.
area
Yeah.
to be listened to outside of this
Yeah,
area.
it's like wherever you go, you're always working. It's like it's no off time. And what really
Right.
helps if you go somewhere and you say, oh, I do a show, and then they pull you up and they see you on your page like this, then it really helps.
Yeah.
And then, people,
That's good.
you got to always be on, and then people will say, okay, I'm having this event. Oh, you do events? Yes, I do. Come do it. And then I'll talk, always on the next show, wherever, if I go and travel somewhere in the weekend, I'll talk about it and say, hey, Detroit, I was out there. Thanks for not shooting up the club while I was there. I really appreciate it.
Wow,
So,
yeah, that's good.
so you just do things like that and always try to remember where you were and shout them out. It makes people, it gives that little sense of community, even if they're
Yeah,
wherever.
it does. It gives them a sense of feeling that they're a part of your show, even though they aren't in the same state as your show.
Like I said, I'm trying to be internationally known, nationally recognized, and locally accepted.
Yeah, that's good. I do remember you telling me you had listeners out in Africa.
Yeah, well,
But
play no game.
we will be right
I'm
back
gonna be right here.
on the Just Lucky Show with Mr. Derik LaMar.
Yes.
More to come. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Hi, welcome back to Just Lucky. I am your hostess, Lucky Angel, and I'm sitting here with the delectable internet radio
Ooh-wee.
voice star,
She said delectable.
Derik LaMar.
Thank you. I got to throw that in. I don't know how the fellas, the male listeners will think about that, but we ain't think about them right now. I'm just joking. Just joking.
So where do you think internet radio is going? Do you think it will be successful? Do you think it will be a fad?
It's really taking off because, advertisers are looking for other ways to get more business. So
Right.
as internet radio stations, if they, like I said earlier, if they do what they're supposed to do, good content, whatever that content may be, if they do that well, the people will come, the advertisers will come, and they'll put that money in.
Right.
And when they put that money in, it's going to increase your listeners. So it's for the people that do it right, it's going to be a big thing. So it is growing because of the portability of it. Everyone has a smartphone. If you got a smartphone, you got a potential listener.
Yeah.
And for advertisers, you got a smartphone, you
Yeah.
got a potential customer.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win situation. So it's going to do nothing but just get bigger.
So-
Unless the internet just happens to just crash, then we're all out of luck. But until then, we
I
rocking.
think the world would come
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
complete
Let the internet stop for a
if
day.
the
People,
internet
it's going to be a
stopped
problem.
working.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
there are tons of internet radio stations.
Just a couple.
So do you think that they're competitioning each other, Or do you think that that's one person, they're just individualized? Or do you think that people are really considering them to be in competition with each other, being on
Yeah,
internet radio?
yeah. You know, some may see that. I'm not trying to. I don't.
That's why I said in your
You
opinion.
know,
Yeah, it's your opinion.
I
All of
think
this
is
is
yeah,
his
and
opinion.
it's enough out there for everybody to eat. Like, think about how many. I'll just say how many rappers there are. You may like Jay-Z, you'll buy Jay-Z's record.
Right.
You may like Wiz Khalifa, you'll buy his record. You may like Drake. So it's enough for everyone to eat and be successful. So no one will sound like me. I
Right.
won't sound like anyone else. No, so it's enough for everyone to successfully be on and do their thing. There's so many, there's 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
There's enough for everyone to,
It is.
and I'm that
It
type
is.
of person. I'll go down and listen to everything. So it's enough for everyone.
And that is true. But a lot of people don't think like that.
A lot of people don't.
Because I
Yeah.
remember when I was growing up, they kept trying to say that certain stations in this area were in competition with each other. But in my thought, how are you in competition when y'all do the same thing?
Yeah, that's the way, and really when you listen sometimes, I guess for me being, so into music, I'll know, okay, they have this format. They say they do this, but they really do this.
Right.
They say they do this, but listen for an hour. Like if you can really listen for an hour, you'll know. You'll be like, wait
Yeah,
a
you
minute.
will.
That ain't hip hop. So everyone has their agenda, and that's kind of because they have to adhere. It's a good word. Adhere to certain guidelines. So it's enough variety on internet for you to you could listen all day and have a list of favorites. I have quite a few that I love to listen
So
to.
internet radio is 24/7. It
Go on.
doesn't stop. It's 365,
It-
24/7.
I would say if you're doing it, because dead air is no money. It's no, people are going to change.
Right.
So we want to have continuous content on at all times. So if you happen to be on your smartphone and hit that link, I want them to hear something.
Right.
Even if I don't care, replay. If it's
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning and you want to hear my voice, somebody might, because it's
Exactly.
delectable. Someone might want to hear it at 3 o'clock in the morning. I want them to hear it, even if it's a
Right.
replay. So always, as television say, if it's dead air, that's money not being made. So
That's true.
so we gonna give you some sort of content. If you're really serious about it, you're gonna play something. I don't care if you just run it a loop all day.
So what is what is the weirdest interview on your show that you've done?
I had I have a guy from Iowa who I'll just say likes to drink too much, and then he'll call in. So he calls in just like I'll say drunk out his mind. It was probably one of the funniest interviews. And then I have a listener from Nigeria that calls in with one of the heaviest accents who loves hip hop, and I always let him freestyle. I always let him spit.
Can
so
he rap?
I don't know what he's saying.
Okay.
Because
so,
he
so where
flips
he's
up.
from, he probably is a star.
He maybe in his house. He might be the
Okay,
best rapper in his
okay.
house. But I'll give you, if you call it, I'll give you opportunity.
So if I call into your show,
Call in.
I can beatbox a little something.
Beatbox,
something?
I'll be right in the background beatboxing with you. So I
okay.
I always say, I'm the people's champ. So
Right.
if you call in, I'll let you talk. So I'll say all my interviews are my favorite. All my
Okay.
so everyone I talk to, I enjoy. Everyone it's like we have an interaction. So I love talking to people.
Well, it seems like that you really like to interact with people. You
I
really
do.
like to get their opinions,
I
their
do.
thoughts, what they
I love it.
say. So is that how you base your show, off of the people and not off of personal?
I do get personal on there. I do get personal. If something goes on, with me, I'll, like I said, I like to say I'm an open book on what's going on. Like if I do an event or something, or something crazy happens in my life, people can often tell what mood I'm in based on what I play.
Right.
And if I'm feeling in my feelings a little bit, I'm feeling sensitive, I'm gonna play Drake in The Weekend or something. So
Play
if
Drake.
I'm feeling a little rowdy, it might be some Rage Against the Machine or some PE or something. So people always tell what mood I'm in based on what I play. And they may
Okay.
call in and clown. It's all good,
Oh, that is funny. Do you think internet radio will fade out and internet? Well, no. Do you think the syndicate broadcast radio will fade out and internet radio will take over?
Probably what they'll do is maybe, and I would say, always have your professionalism high. What may happen, network radio may snatch up some of those people and bring them on. So you always have to be, on your
That's
best.
true.
So, I think that may happen. I think as long as people have an internet connection, they have the ability to do it and start out like that. Just like you got 16, 17-year-old kids
Right.
are making their own records at home
That's true.
and becoming stars. So it'll always be like the farm lead or developmental lead or, I think it'll always be around.
So
Some people may transition.
So where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
10 years, I want to get more into writing because it's always been a passion of mine. Books, maybe transition them into film.
Okay.
So I have
good.
I have
Books.
some things. Yeah, so I have just a couple in the editing phase. So more in people don't read that much anymore. Well, I'm not gonna say people don't read. People read, but I would like to get people more into reading. Because it's a whole nother world.
Instead of listening to it on their phone.
Yeah, I still want them to listen.
I'm talking about books.
Right,
Books. Yeah, 'cause I
however
think
you
that
do it,
That took away from people knowing how words are spelled by them
it
just
does.
listening to it in their
through the
ears.
books
Somebody
on tape.
reading it to them versus them reading the
Reading
book.
it, yeah, because
themselves.
you get your own vivid imagination on how it is. So maybe more books, screenwriting. My brother does
Well,
screenwriting.
let me throw my
on-
plug. I'm an actress. Okay.
Get
plug.
you in. We get you in. So, like I was plugging. Yeah. So books, film,
Plug.
books and
Nah,
film.
I'm joking.
No, we gonna get you in. We gotta represent. We gotta
Look,
look
as
out.
long as I'm playing a TV talk show hostess, I'm good.
You're good. I can see that. You're already ready. You already know what to do.
Prepared.
So yes.
cheese.
We definitely we'll make that happen. We're gonna make that happen. So yeah, books, film, screenwriting. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, I want to congratulate you on internet radio and you having your own
Yes.
internet radio
Yes.
show. That's wonderful.
Mhm.
Congratulations to
Thank
that.
you. Business handshake.
Business handshake. Yes,
Can I
indeed.
congratulate you as well?
Yes.
It's
thank
no one
you.
else doing this. It's just her, y'all. Congratulations. And thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me. Really. Seriously.
And I really want to say, anytime you want to come back, let me know. Anytime you want me to come on your show,
We're going to do that.
let me know. And much success to you. And you have
Likewise,
a fan and a
thank you.
follower.
Oh, it's going to make me cry. I would love to be back, and I most definitely will have you on the show. I want you to do an event with me and do a show with me. So next time we
Yes.
do something, come out. Have you
Yes,
come out.
indeed. I'll be
That's how
there.
you network. That's how you do it.
Yes, indeed. See, I'll be there. Well, I want to thank y'all for watching this episode of me interviewing the Delectable. I have to keep that at the beginning of his name.
Ooh-wee.
Derik LaMar. The interview was phenomenal. It was very knowledgeable.
Well, thank you.
We learned a whole lot about what he does, who he is, and what he's about. Please stay tuned for many more episodes coming from Just Lucky. And I thank you for tuning in. And remember, you are what you want yourself to be, head to toe. Nobody can change you, make you, break you. It's you. Thank you. Mwah.
The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. The takeover's about to happen. If you with it, let's make it happen. Yeah, this rap ain't about nothing. Ain't about nothing. Working on my flows and need a dough. Recognize, man, you know how I roll. Luciano, aka Big Step, hat like a fire blazing on the track. They don't want me.